What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Where the Locals Skate. I'm your host once again, OG Skate Show. This is a podcast where we get to know local skaters on and off the board. And of course, here with me always, today we have the Couch Boys with a special guest.
What up?
David Peralta and Raheem Santino. And now let's introduce our guest this week. We have Darrell Norman Jr. How you doing, my friend?
What's up? I'm doing good. How are you?
Man, pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you guys.
Yes, man. It's been awesome, man. I've been looking at your Instagram, and it's cool.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. All right.
Slice of life.
Let's get into it. Let everybody know what city you're repping.
Hawthorne.
Hawthorne?
Hawthorne.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I would say like my most formative years are spent in Hawthorne.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like junior high, high school, young adulthood.
Is that where you got
Hawthorne.
Is that where you got the bug for skateboarding?
No.
Okay.
No. I always had skateboards. I want to say, like from early, I had skateboards.
Sometimes they're just in the garage, you know.
Yeah. Nah. I want to say that I asked for it, or maybe so. I grew up in Hawaii. Well, like not grew up. When I was young, like from 1 to 5th grade, 4th grade.
Hawaii.
Yeah, Hawaii. So like 70. We're talking 76 to 84.
Okay.
I lived in Hawaii, and I'm the oldest. I'm the only child. So then it was just me, and all my friends surfed, but my parents don't surf, and they didn't want me to be going to the beach with my friends and whatever. Like,
okay.
So
kind of like skateboarding, it leads to bad things.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like my uncle.
Do you think they thought it was dangerous? Maybe.
Yeah, for sure,
Okay.
100%. Yeah, I mean, because it's not like they didn't know about it. You know, like,
Right.
we lived in Hawaii. My mom is from Hawaii. My dad is from here. So, I wanted to surf, but they were like, nah. So I want to say that they bought me a skateboard that looked like a surfboard. Okay. So it was like one of those orange banana board. Yes.
Like kind of like a penny shape.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Yeah, like super banana board. If it hits you in the ankle, you're wrecked. And I think it was like fiberglass even. So
okay. They were just trying to get you something to like maybe this will satisfy the need.
Yeah, scratch the itch, I guess, or whatever. So that's my first recollection of having a skateboard.
Did you get on the surfboard though? Like, did your friends ever?
Nah,
no?
like
nah.
I never surfed till this day.
Wow.
Till this day, never surfed, dude.
That
like,
sucks.
Yeah. So, but I skated, and the curbs in Hawaii, at least in my neighborhood, they're not square curbs. It's like a transition, like a little transition with a lip. So all my friends would go surf, and I would just be on my banana board, like trying to whack the lip, you know, like surf the street. Yeah, just acting like I'm surfing. I'm throwing rocks and gravel instead of spray, you know. So that was my introduction, my first introduction to skateboarding, I want to say.
That's cool. I mean, yeah, at least you got to do something, you know, and it caught on later on. Yeah, no,
I was hyped on it. And then there were other dudes in my neighborhood, the older kids. There's this famous surfer, Sonny Garcia, who lived in my neighborhood. So like he was a teenager at the time, and I would see him and his friends, and they had wide boards, like fat boards, like Town and Country Surf, Hawaiian Island Creation Surf, and they would be pushing around. And there was this park in our neighborhood. We called it a park. It was really just like this dirt lot with a basketball court, and they built some quarter pipe out of scrap wood and stuff, and they were there like just doing kick turns. It didn't have a platform on it. It was just like tranny straight up. They leaned it up against the basketball goalpost.
Wow.
So I saw that, like they would be doing kick turns and early grab airs, like trying to do aerials, but all like surf stuff, you know? Like the surf was flat, so they're doing this. And so I remember giving one of the dudes like $1 for like 10 tries to do kick turns on their quarter pipe. And so I was like, skateboarding was always on my radar.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to that, man.
Yeah, dude. Like. Yeah.
Okay. And where did you move to Hawthorne when you left Hawaii?
Yes.
Okay.
So we stayed in LA for a little bit with my grandparents, and then we moved to Hawthorne. And my dad had a friend who has a son that was same age as me, and so they came to visit, and he had a Alva board.
Okay.
He had a Alva Street Fire and a Thrasher magazine, and he was the one that turned me on to skateboarding as like the scene of skating. And like there's a culture, like there's a magazine, you know, like there's shops, and you know, and yeah, that was my introduction to the skate culture.
That's so cool.
And like the whole scene. And after that, like,
yeah, I mean, flipping through that magazine, you're probably seeing other stuff now.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You're like, okay, this is what I gotta start learning now. So
everything,
cool.
like how they dress, like, oh, this is what they look like. This is like the music.
Any videos that you watched at that time?
At that time, not then. Maybe like fast forward a little bit later. I watched the first video that I got was Future Primitive.
Okay.
Paulo Future Primitive and Street Style in Tempe. Like those are the first two videos. There was a bike shop on Hawthorne Boulevard, Royal Cyclery. And it was a bike shop, but they had a section in the back
for
skateboarding. And they would play videos, and you could rent videos.
Okay.
So I'll be there watching videos, and then rent videos, and then we did the 2 VCRs.
To double.
To double. Yeah. Shout out to my dad for that. Pirating videos for me.
That's cool. He goes, we don't have to buy them, we just rent them.
Yeah. So yeah, Powell Street Style in Tempe, and then the Powell.
And by this time, did you already have your own board?
Oh yeah. By this time, I had the Tony Hawk. That was like my first real board.
Okay.
Like, Tony Hawk.
Did you have to go to that bike shop to get it?
No.
Where you got it?
So the spot that I went to is where my homie Matt. That was where he would go to. This spot on Fairfax. It was called Renee's All Ears.
Okay.
Renee's All Ears on Fairfax. It was a record store and a skate shop.
Oh.
And it was dope too because they had like the outside of the shop was like all bombed up with graffiti, but like all the skate logos and stuff, you know, like but with spray cans. So even that was like, whoa, like that was cool. Like graffiti was always on my radar too, you know, like from even young, like letter styles. Like I used to collect stickers, and I was always into like the typography and that type of stuff. And then to see the graffiti at the skate shop, and then the music, they always had like punk music playing, and
it
just
all
like
goes hand in hand.
Dude, like it was. Like the hair on the back of my neck stands up right now. It's just like talking about it, dude. Like it's like,
amazing, dude.
Yeah.
That's the feeling that you get when, like, I mean, that's what draws you in too, because you see that and you're like, oh, I got to be part of this.
Yeah, like 100%. I was like, this is what I need to be a part of. You know, like I want to be a part of this scene, and eventually, like I want to be like influential, you know, like I and yeah, man, like that's
rad.
That's what drove me from early on. Like,
so you picked the Tony Hawk board when you got there?
I picked the Tony Hawk board. Yeah, the Tony Hawk board, Thunder trucks, crossbone wheels. I want to say some ugly stick rails. And the nose bone, like the thing.
The protector?
No, not the nose guard.
Okay.
The nose rail, like where you can grab it. Like I'm gonna be I don't know what I thought I was going to be doing, you know? Like, I'm going to just be carrying my board by this nose rail, you know? Like,
that's crazy.
But I don't know. That's what I thought. That's what I thought was cool or whatever.
But I mean, back then, man, putting rails on your board and everything, that was cool, man.
Dude, I ride rails now.
Yeah, I do too now. Trust me. But in the 90s, I would never would have thought I would be today. That's for sure.
I specifically like remember not riding rails, and it felt weird.
Okay.
It felt weird. Like trying to skate with no rails, it felt bad.
It'd probably feel like that to me again if I tried to do a board slide without it. But I remember thinking, like when I was younger, like, I'll never put rails on my board. Are you kidding me? No, you got to know what you're doing, man. That's cheating.
Nah, you know, but then because a lot of people back then just used to use them to like for grabs and stuff. Because it's more easier to grab your board because you have something to hold on to.
Yeah,
and having it slipping out when you don't have the rails.
So rails weren't originally like for sliding back then?
No, it was for grabbing.
It was usually for grabbing too. Like it'd be easier to catch your board and stuff like that. Because I mean, most of the dudes were like half pipers, right? Yeah. Back in the day, the vert dudes, like, and then street kind of started making its way like towards the beginning.
Yeah, and then rails are kind of tough if you're skating street stuff, you know? Like, they would catch in the little cracks. You try to board slide a brick wall or something, and it would snag and rip the screws out. Then your rails are flapping on your board, you know? So, like, I get why street dudes eventually ditched the rails, because it became more of a hindrance.
If they weren't, like, how do you say, made like good stuff, quality stuff, like they do nowadays. You know, I remember, like, I get some rails, too, before that. They kind of wear down quicker than others. And then I just got Little John, so now I'm, like, seeing what's up with these things.
Okay.
So I heard they're really good, and people even transfer them to the next board. That's how good they are. So I'm looking forward to that. You know, hopefully they do well. But, you know, like, when you're in the pretty skate park, you're not going to wear it down too quick. But when you take them to the street, that's where it's going to... You're going to find out if they're good quality or not.
Yeah. And I was always into the graphics. Like, I was always stoked on the board graphics. So I think that's why I was like, I felt like
Do you remember the hot graphic that you got?
The hawk graphic? Yeah, it was the head, the hawk head with the... I don't know, man. It's a classic one. With the red background and just like the hawk skull. And then it was like purple and white background. I don't know.
Okay.
I might even had a lapper on it too. Like,
that's what I was gonna say. Too.
And copers.
Lappers.
Yeah, copers, lappers. Yep. All that.
Yeah, riser pads.
Yep. Risers, the full kit. I mean, this is like we're talking 80, like late 80s. You know, mid to late 80s.
Are you goofy or are you regular?
Regular.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, did you skate the pools and stuff like that?
Not like that.
Okay.
Not like that. I mean, I just didn't have access, you know? Like, again, my parents are pretty protective, you know? So, like, they kept me on a short leash. I was pretty close to home.
Okay.
Like, there were a couple of, I remember in Hawthorne, there was like a couple of apartment buildings and some houses that they were like tearing down that we found like they had pools, you know, so we were able to skate like that. But it wasn't like I was going on any missions. And I'm not a vert skater, dude. Okay. People assume that because I'm old, I skate bowls, you know, and I'm like, nah, dude, I skate street.
Because that was kind of the time, so I was just
wondering. No, of course.
Same here, like when I was skating with like in the 80s with the no noses and stuff. I didn't have the great skateboards, you know what I mean? It maybe been a swap meet board for those shapes, but in the 90s is where it picked up for me, the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like jump ramps and wall rides.
That's cool.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Red curb grinds and stuff like that.
That's right.
Curb sessions.
Would you guys take the jump ramps at that time to like the schoolyards and like just set them up and stuff?
Yes. I would put wheels on the side or throw them on my board. It's like I always built stuff. Like I always built ramps. Like I always had ramps, rail slides from like shortly after I started skating.
You would find like stuff out in the street, right? Like stuff.
Or dude,
how'd you get all the wood?
from construction sites.
That's why. That's why I said found.
Yes, yes. We would find them. We would find them at construction sites. They would just leave it out.
Yeah, all their scrap, right?
Yes, all the scraps. We would ask permission every time, and
bring it home.
yeah, they'd be like, yeah. So like the homies, dude, like me and a few of the homies, we would just be stacking wood on our boards and whatever, like just getting it.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I mean, my first ramps were like you said, like maybe a couple bricks and a piece of plywood, you know, and then we figured out, okay. Oh, we need to put a tire underneath the blank space because it's folded. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And then you just start setting it up, and then little by little you start learning how to. Maybe my first ones, I couldn't figure out that radius correctly. You know what I mean?
Thrasher ramp plans.
Yeah,
that's what I did. Like mail order ramp plans.
That's dope.
It was Thrasher ramp plans and Ramp Tech made ramp plans. Like you mail order blueprints.
That's cool.
And so I did that. Like. My dad didn't have a lot of tools. He probably had like a hammer and maybe a circular saw and a jigsaw. And he wasn't building stuff, but I was watching videos, not YouTube videos, because that wasn't a thing. Pre-internet, right? Like, but VHS videos and mail order, dude. Like, they had a launch ramp plans. Like I got a handful of ramp plans, and from there I was like, oh, like I could do this, you know, just like scale it up or like, you know.
That's right.
Pretty smart. So I figured it out, you know. Like,
yeah, man. Like you said, and you made the little tools that you had work, right?
Yeah, my dad was like, I asked him, hey, is it all right if I, you know, like, if I use your tools because I want to do this? And he was just like, yeah, I guess. Yeah, be careful, you know, kind of thing. Like I'm out there splitting PVC with this circular saw to make rail slides.
How many fingers you got?
Dude,
10?
Yeah,
all right, come back with that many.
So yeah, shout out to my dad for like trusting me with his
pops.
tools to let me do that. So yeah, I was building quarter pipes and all kinds of stuff. So I had all the neighborhood kids coming over.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah, so I think that was. My parents were cool with it because it kept me close to home, and then they could monitor who I was hanging out with too, you know.
Yeah.
So that was cool. So early on, the homies would just come over and skate all the contraptions, all the crappy stuff that I built.
Hey,
and then eventually, I think my parents knew who my friend group was. So then they were like, all right, it's cool if you guys go. Like, can we go down the street and skate, or can I go over to so-and-so's house, you know?
Right.
Like, and then they're like, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
So then that was cool. And then there was other supportive parents too, like at my friend's house, you know, like and then the parents would want to like take us to further spots to go skate, and then it'd be like, but
I gotta ask.
Yeah, exactly. But,
yeah.
It was a different time, you know, so it was always cool.
Dude, that's so cool. Yeah, that's so rad that you had other kids to skate with in the neighborhood. You know, that picked it up too. You know, because same thing here, man. I did the same thing in my driveway. You seen some of the stuff out there, right? So I had stuff, not everything like that, but most of the stuff we had similar to that stuff. And man, like, because I would tell my little brother was skating too. I'm like, dude, build this stuff, man. Everything's here that you need. And all right, I'll do it. And then we're all here, you know, chilling. But it's so fun.
Yeah, does your brother still skate?
Yeah.
That's
he's out. He's out there.
Yeah, my brother. I skate with my little brother too.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fun skating with your siblings.
Oh yeah, man. He's got spots out there, man. He's always in the street, so he's like, dude, check out this spot I found.
Yeah. Spot check.
Heck yeah.
Oh, what's the age difference between you and your little brother?
10 years.
Okay.
Oh, same as mine and him.
Yeah, we're a 10-year difference.
Okay. And you got him into skating?
Yeah. I'm gonna say yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah, Aubrey.
Aubrey?
Yeah.
Shout out.
He's a veterinarian now, so he doesn't really skate that much.
Hey, but dude, that's good work right there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I tell him like I guess being a vet is okay. Like you could have been a pro skater, but being a vet's okay.
Was he that good?
Yeah, he was good. Like seriously, dude. Like the reason I pushed more to be like involved in the industry of skating is to like pave the way for my brother. Like I wanted my brother to be that dude.
Okay.
But
That's cool, man.
Yeah. He's still that dude. He's just that dude in another circle.
That's crazy. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
All right.
He's always that dude to me.
So how did that start off? Like when you started making connections, did you start meeting people in the industry or anything like that at a young age, or?
It was through CASL. Through the CASL contest. Yeah. So like, there were like we skated with some dudes that were pretty good, and they skated CASL. Like they would talk about going to the CASL contest and like getting hooked up with different companies and whatever, but always through the contest. So I was like, yeah, dude, like let's do that, So called the number. I think I don't even know. I probably seen an ad in a magazine or something for it, and called the number, and Sonia Catalano answers the phone. Tell her, hey, like. I want to get involved, me and my brother, and sends us the packet with all the membership forms and sticker pack and everything. So, so.
Did it get involved like we want to skate the contest or we want to help out?
No, just skating the contest. Just like we want to be involved. Like we just want to enter, kind of thing.
So there was like a whole packet you would have to fill out and all this stuff.
Yeah, you get like this manila envelope in the mail with all of this paperwork, forms, and whatever, and then like a sticker pack, and you'd have to send it back. You have to mail it back, dude. Like,
and that was like kind of like
no email.
Like, was it like a waiver and all that?
Yeah,
stuff? Sign in. Okay.
Yeah, it's a waiver, and then like whatever her promo stuff. It's a little yearbook and whatever it came with, all the hype,
And a couple stickers.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Then they get back to you in like 10 business days.
Exactly. Self-addressed stamped envelope type situation. So did that, got involved with the CASL contest, and I would just go to skate. The contests are all over, but we would go out early to skate like the day or the week before. And the way that I got like on staff, like working for the contest, is they were short a judge. And one of my homies was a judge, and he was like, hey, we're short a judge. Sonia wants to know if you can work, like we'll put you up in a hotel, we'll pay you, we'll give you per diem, and you can skate, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I'm down. Yeah, for sure.
Let me think about that.
Think about it. Yeah. I'm here.
Okay.
So then,
how long was that before that happened? Like how long were you involved, like skating CASL, and then that happened?
It was like, it wasn't that long.
It wasn't that long?
Yeah, it was like a few contests in.
Okay.
Like, yeah. I mean, I knew some of the other people that were on the staff, and then like I knew some of the other homies were already skating and stuff. So the lady was like, he seems cool. He already knows people,
Yeah.
So
was your brother still involved too? Was he skating the contest?
No. So like the first year, this fool backed out. He was like, you try it. Like next year, like I'll come on next year. So his friend was like our neighbor that lived on the next block over, Chris Schaefer. Shout out Chris Schaefer. He was like, yeah, I'll do it with you.
Yeah.
So we skated the first year CASL, just me and him, and then made a bunch of friends, made a bunch of contacts and stuff, and then my brother came on the next year.
Okay.
And ripped it. So
okay,
that's cool.
That's cool. All right.
So I've been doing CASL like ever since. This is like
judging.
Dude, judging at first, and then filling in for the announcer, so the announcer at the time, Darren Nix, shout out Darren Nix, he was coming from somewhere up north.
Santa Clarita?
No, farther up north.
Santa Cruz, Santa Barbara.
San Jose?
Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz. Banana slugs, right? They're colored. I don't know. Anyway,
I didn't make it to college.
Santa Cruz. Yeah, Santa Cruz. So he's coming from Santa Cruz, and she would fly him down. And at one point, she was like, "You do it good enough. Like I'm gonna stop flying this dude down, and you're gonna be the announcer from now on. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, shoots, let's go. So yeah, so then I was the announcer, and then just got more heavily involved, more responsibility, just doing more stuff for her and for CASL. Just out of the love, you know.
That's so rad.
Yeah.
That's so cool that it's still doing what it's doing, because it's been around for a long time.
Yes, the longest running amateur contest series, like longest running skateboard contest series. I want to say, like, period. It's like going on 40 years since the mid 80s. Pretty much like
a lot of people actually came from CASL.
Yeah.
Didn't even expect, but
everybody. CASL gets a lot of mentions. He gets a lot of mentions on the 9 Club.
Yes.
Like, always. I'm like, yes, it's rad.
That's so cool.
Street cred. I mean, dude, Mark Gonzalez. Like every generation.
It's almost like either like the pros either came out of CASL or Woodward. You know what I mean? It's usually or both. They went to both. You know, it's like it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
You know, so all right. But what about some local spots that you skate?
Local spots, dude, in Hawthorne, when I first started skating, we skated for transportation. Like, we skated everywhere. We skated all the schools. We skated all the red curbs. We skated the Hawthorne Mall. Like, everywhere.
So
Dude,
rad.
we skated everywhere. Every set of stairs, every red curb, because, like, we were skating for transportation to get around to the homie's house. And, you know, like,
You might see something on the way.
Exactly. So we knew all the little cutty spots because we were like
on the
we
board.
were skate rats, dude. Like, we were just out there.
That's the best, dude.
So
I love a skateboard because when you're young like that, and like you find out right away, at least I did, that it's better than a bike, because if you need to jump a fence or something, it's like it's so much simpler.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Jump a wall. You're not like trying to get this bike over the, you know.
Nah, and if somebody's sweating you can't hit anybody with a bike.
Well, yeah.
I mean, you
or
can
protect yourself.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Protect yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the hood, and you're young, and you're in the streets, you know, and so yeah, you come across some grimy situations sometimes.
Oh,
you
yeah.
gotta keep your head on a swivel, and you know, have your wits about you. You gotta be smart.
Yes, sir. I mean, it's a tool for sure. You know, it could be so many ways it could help you.
Like Swiss Army knife.
Yes.
Bottle opener, whatever you need.
That's a cool way of looking at it, like a little Swiss Army knife. Yep.
I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, bottle opener and everything, you know?
Man.
Yep.
They should make an actual skateboard shaped like a Swiss Army knife.
You know, they may have it, but I did see last night when I was at the Chocolate 30 Years, they did have a graphic of a Swiss Army knife, and it looked beautiful.
That's cool.
I was like, that board right there, it was like, that's a nice one.
Yeah, but yeah, street spots, like all of them, like around Hawthorne.
You had me I had like a taken back feeling when you mentioned the mall, man. I was like, man, those were the days when we'd be outside the mall and like, or we'd skate through the mall and it'd be like, you can hear the ollies super loud and get out of here. Well, we're running out the doors.
Whenever I'm in the airports, I skate through the airport, and it gives me the same feeling of skating through the mall. But nobody cares when you skate through the airport.
I hear different things. I guess it depends which one you're at, too.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not sessioning anything in the airport, but I mean, like, from gate to gate or whatever, you know, like, I cruise on my board.
You ever have any issues trying to get it on, taking it on, like carry
on the plane? No, fortunately, I haven't, dude. Like,
damn. Okay.
Nah, never. Like, it's never been a problem, but I hear a lot of people have issues.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, I just throw it under my seat, throw it in the overhead.
Yeah.
I just act like it's cool.
I luckily have a carry-on bag for it, so it's pretty chill. And like they were like, "Oh, dude, I wish all skaters had that," because they bump into that situation. But like I just feel bad because the grip kind of sometimes if you put it in the overhead, that grip feels like and they're just like
I'm messing somebody's Louis bag up.
I mean, come on, these bags are probably scratching the hell out of that plane anyway.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm mad that my grip tape is getting scratched up by your luggage.
That's true. All right. Was there any skate parks back then? You mentioned like you had like a little spot, but What were the kind of the first ones that were popping up when you're growing up?
Dude, I mean, we skated the Hermosa skate park. That was probably the first park that popped up locally. Like I skated that spot when it was just tennis courts. Like we had a fun box that we would put out there. But yeah, the Hermosa Beach skate park, that was probably the first park that opened in the area.
Did you guys make the fun boxes at that park, or were they like the city brought them in or something like that?
Nah, the homie Elf had a fun box in the back of his truck. So we would that was just the place where we would skate. We skated every tennis court. Like we knew all the tennis courts that had lights. Yeah, we skated like the tennis courts at Del Air Park in Hawthorne. Like
because they had the lights.
Wow, yeah, because they had lights.
Oh,
yeah. So we had flat bars and fun boxes that we would just lug around.
I love that, man. Because that's how we did it back then, man. You had to build our own stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And then later on, we figured out, you can wax a curb, or you can wax this ledge, and then you start seeing videos like virtuality, and you're like, oh damn, now I gotta learn that.
Yeah. These kids are lazy. Build stuff, kids.
Yeah. All right. Do you have a local skate shop now?
Not really one that I go to.
No.
Nah.
How do you get your product? Like your skateboards?
Dude, I get stuff from DeVille. Shout out DeVille Nunez at Powell.
Oh,
so
shout out!
I be getting stuff from DeVille. Shout out Rob Washburn at Bones Wheels. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then CASL stuff, dude. Like the CASL raffle is fat, so whenever I need anything, I can just yoink out the CASL raffle. But it's all the same stuff anyway. It's all like Powell and Bone stuff, but. Yeah, dude. I haven't been to a shop in a while.
Okay.
In a while.
All right.
Yeah. Like, I'm fortunate for that. Like, I appreciate it all the time.
That's so cool. But I mean, you put in all that work too. It's not like they're just hooking you up cause. I mean, you earned it. I'm sure.
I appreciate that.
You know what I mean?
I try, dude. Like, I still try to like get clips when I go skate, just so I don't feel bad. You know, like, I'm out here, dude. Like,
yeah,
I'm grinding.
That's rad, man. What would your board setup be then now?
Well, I ride an 8. I ride a 8 popsicle. That's my go-to. But I've been riding this like 9-inch shaped board.
Okay.
With rails and risers, like an old school
like
setup, like 56 wheels. Yeah, taking it back. Just trying, just because it's fun, and it gives me an excuse not to have to ollie.
Okay. And you're like, if I can't do it, it's because, it's a board.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's expecting me to tray flip anything, because I'm like, look what I'm
I'm seeing some wild stuff out there on those boards though now, man.
Dude, like some of the homies, dude, are killing it on these shapes.
Nollie flip with the no
with nose.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, Chico, I get it. I seen him, but come on.
No, come on.
These guys are awesome out there, man. They're killing it.
Yes. So... Yeah,
that's right. Okay, so you got the shape board. What kind of trucks?
The big board I think has Crux trucks on it. The 8-inch board, I'm riding the Slappy trucks.
Slappy trucks?
Yeah, I try to give those a whirl.
I heard they're pretty good.
Yeah, they're fun. Yeah. Like I like them. They turn good. But for the longest, I was riding the Otis Thunder trucks. Mm-hmm. And those were the best. They felt so nice. Like right now, I'm just trying to get used to the Slappy trucks, and I'm trying to get used to the Crux because I rode those Thunders for
so long.
Yeah. I had given them away to my friend's kid, and I'm trying to get them back.
So if you're watching this,
Sobe, give me those trucks back.
If he's not using them anymore,
I know he's not. Give them back, fool.
We'll trade you for some other ones.
Seriously,
some brand new ones.
Gotcha. You already know.
Yeah, but I mean, so they don't make those trucks anymore. I'm assuming then.
I don't know.
Otis ones,
I mean, they might, but these ones are broken in. They got all the grooves. That's the thing. Like, I got no grooves in these new trucks, and I feel like everything slips out. It's I'm sure it's in my head, but it's like that crook groove isn't there. That Feeble Smith groove isn't there, you know, like.
Yeah, those lock-in patterns are they're just not in there yet.
Exactly.
That's wild how when they get shaped that way and you just know where everything's just at, you're so locked in.
It's those little nuances that, man, you just have to do it to appreciate it.
It's the same way. Like I hadn't done any switch crook grinds yet on my new trucks. And just the fact that I know I have to get that groove in there first, it's like, that's why I haven't even started. I'm like, come on, man. But I hate looking at it without them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm like, come on, man. You know you switch crook, where they at?
You gotta put that street cred on.
You know? That's so cool, man. And wheels, you said bones, right?
Bones for life.
That's rad. I love bones. Do you get, they hook you up with bearings as well? Okay. Shout out to that, man.
Love it.
Yeah. What about shoes?
Blessed. Vans mostly.
Vans?
The Louis Lopez Converse. I like those. Yeah, between those two.
Okay.
Like the Vans Gilbert Crockett's. I like those. They're not too thick. And then the Louis are thin, but they got that Nike Lunarlon whatever insole.
Okay.
Whatever technology.
Yeah, because Vans always like had a thin sole for me, like, you know.
Yeah, I was getting heel bruises, so I switched to the Vans, the Kyle Walkers, because they have like a little bit thicker heel. But then after my heel felt better, they felt too thick. So then I went to the Gilbert Crockett's, kind of thinned it out. Before that, like back in the day, I was riding the TNTs all the time with like.
Those are great shoes.
Yeah.
I wish Vans would bring those back.
Yup.
They need to bring back the TNTs.
Were those the ones that I think they came like in a navy blue with like a yellow stripe on the bottom? Because I remember I had a pair of pants like that.
Yeah, I don't recall. But yeah, Rowleys. The Vans Rowleys.
Dude, shout out to you.
Yeah, I got some 99s already now.
Some 99s already. Shout out to that.
Yeah.
Found these at like I don't know, some outlet. I was like, oh, gotta have those.
That's cool, man.
Those are always the best come ups right there when you're like at an outlet. You're like, what? Those
Dude,
don't make it anymore.
I love outlet shopping. Yup. You get all like the samples. Like I wear 8.5, but sample size is 9, so sometimes I'll be like, those are cool. I could do those.
Yeah. You gotta wear a little bit of baggy your pants.
Yeah,
exactly. Your foot don't look so big,
yeah. Some fat socks.
or if not, you just have them to go out and look nice in.
Yeah.
For real.
Dude, that's so cool, man.
Yeah,
all right. Did you capture any footage? Do you have any footy out there?
What, skate footing? Skate clips? I got clips out there.
You got clips out there?
Yeah, I got Instagram clips floating around out there. I did
anything on YouTube?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
I did a 40 tricks for 40 when like 10 years ago.
Okay, they know your age now.
Yeah. Oh nah, dude. I'm 50. I just turned 50 years old.
Okay, Danny.
Yeah. Just turned 50.
Don't even look it.
Yeah, dude. See, I'm telling
that.
you, man.
Yeah.
Skating keeps us young, dude.
Skating keeps you young, man. Staying active and eating right.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. You gotta eat healthy.
Yes, sir.
If you wanna keep doing it, you know. Like, I love skateboarding and I want to skate for as long as I possibly can. So I'm doing everything that I can to stay healthy so that I can stay relevant, you know?
Be on the board. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. And then also like staying connected with the industry and like trying to give back and trying to, you know, like stay involved.
That's
just out of the love, you know? Like I love it. Like I couldn't imagine not being able to skate. Like, at my age, I've seen a lot of people come and go. I've seen a lot of people come and go that were really good skaters and either they burn out or they get injured. And I don't want to do either. Right. You know?
Yeah, those injuries could really set someone back because then they start reflecting on, oh, look how old I am now and this, and then... You know, instead of like maybe, oh no, I'm going to get better and get back on the board.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it could do that to you when you get older.
But dude, I know a couple people that have had like serious injuries, like broken hips. Like shout out Falco Baltis. Broken hips, like hip surgery, hip replacement surgeries, still skating. Back on it. Like back on it.
There's some people
Darren
that
Nix,
just cannot
broken
live without
hip,
it.
getting back on it. Dude, Tony Hawk, broken femur?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yep.
And then back skating again? Like, I couldn't imagine. I roll my ankle and I'm like, oh, it's over. I'm done.
It's in my career. It's retirement time.
Seriously. Like,
Yep.
what?
They're going to have to will me out to announce this show today.
For real. Like, running out of excuses, like, every day. You have no excuse to be piling out.
I mean,
Dude,
yeah.
I catch myself waking up on the cold days and I'm like, it's too cold to skate. My ankles are hurting.
For real.
Man,
Dude, that was me yesterday.
That's keeping me from going to the skate park too, you know, usually because it's like so cold out there at night, you know, but then I see everybody bundled up and I go, I used to be that guy too, man.
Dude.
Why am I being such a little,
Seriously.
you know, like get out there and go skate.
I used to love to skate in sweatshirts. I used to love when it was cold because then you could
Yeah.
bundle up and skate.
Right,
You know?
you fall, you're all padded up.
Exactly. But now it's like, nah. It takes too long to warm up. Like,
Yeah, by the time I'm warmed up, I'm done.
exhausted.
I'm
Yeah,
tired.
that's always how it is. It's like,
Nah, you know what turns me away real quick is when you do that hand slap on a cold day.
Oh.
You're just like, damn.
yeah. No, dude.
Or you get a shinner while your shins are still cold. And you're just like, why does that hurt extra?
It feels like your leg is going to break off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same like Peter Griffin with the.
Do you have to stretch nowadays that you're older, or do you,
Oh,
or do you
yeah.
warm up on the board?
Yeah,
Is that your,
no.
Okay, you're
No, I
stretching.
stretch. Yeah, I
Okay.
stretch. I mean, I probably should stretch more.
Okay.
I probably should stretch more. Like, I do okay if I don't, but
Yeah.
I feel like
It really helps.
it really helps. Yeah, especially if I'm like trying to get a clip or whatever. You
Yeah.
know, then I'm like, oh, let me stretch. You know, because I don't got too many tries in me these days.
It's about to get serious.
Yeah,
You got the big camera out today? Okay.
Yeah,
let's get
for
this.
real.
Yeah.
And then a lot of times, just the mantra is like, just do what you know you can do. Like, do what you've done already. Like, you've already done it. Like,
Yeah.
just get on it. Like, quit being a bitch.
Yeah. I mean, I tell myself that too, man. For real.
Yeah, it's mind over matter.
And it's funny because right now my car's in the shop, right, getting worked on. So like everything seems to be like when you don't have a car, you're like you want to go out now, you know.
Right.
But when I had the car, I wasn't doing nothing, you know. I'm like, what's wrong with me?
Yup.
Yeah, but so when I get my car back, no excuses now, right?
No excuses. Let's go. You gotta get it.
You know. So all right. Anything else about CASL that you want to bring up? Because I know that's pretty much everything that you're doing, right? Is that what pays the bills for you?
Nah.
You have
I mean,
you have a 9 to 5.
Yeah, I got a 9 to 5. Yeah.
Okay.
My 9 to 5. I'm working in the legal cannabis space.
Oh.
So yeah, that's my 9 to 5. That's what pays the bills. I mean, but that's hard work too. It's farming.
I feel like it's farming.
It's farming, dude. It's all it is. There's nothing glamorous about it. It's dirty.
Yeah, but there is like, I mean, it's something that you're passionate about as well. So
Yes.
it's almost like, you know, you being in the industry too. I'm sure you get product as well.
It's also a labor of love.
Right.
Dude, I've worked in like regular boring office jobs. Like I've lived that life.
Mhm.
And there was a point in my life where I was like, I'm not happy. I'm not happy doing this. I'm just gonna make a conscious effort to do what I love. So then that's when it was like, I'm gonna spend more time pursuing skate industry passions, things that keep me around skateboarding, and I'm gonna try to work in the cannabis industry, you know. So that's what I did. So like,
It's amazing. I love it, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not only that, dude, growing what you smoke is completely different than buying what you get from a shop.
Oh, you know
And on top of
exactly.
that, too, knowing you're growing some really dang stuff, too.
I mean, it's just like anything.
what the
You
hell?
have a vegetable garden, you know, making
Yeah.
a salad from the lettuce and the tomatoes that you grew, and like making spaghetti sauce from your own tomatoes and your own basil, like, you know, your own oregano. It's a
Yeah.
different. It's a different feeling. It's
And you know what went into it.
Yeah.
you know what went
Especially
into it.
when you
Your
know what's
love
going
and
into
your
it.
time and attention. And,
Government didn't get their grummy paws.
yeah, man, like just
You know?
that DIY mentality.
The
has always
homie
driven me.
the homie just started growing his own tomatoes because he likes making homemade pizzas.
Oh,
And dude, they come out so bomb. But yesterday when I was at his house, he's like, "Dude, I'm mad at my dog. She ate my tomatoes."
shout out to Rudy for trying.
Yeah.
Right, dude, that's why you have to grow in excess.
Yeah,
you have to
right.
grow in excess for the bugs and for nature and your dog.
I think he was
So
just
there's some left over for you.
experimenting with growing tomatoes right now because he didn't know what kind of tomatoes he wanted to use.
Got you.
But he's all, dude, she ate my tomatoes. And then we left the pepperoni and cheese out yesterday.
Oops.
So they ate that too.
Wow, you guys
Even
are
those ones that
slipping.
fall kind of goes
Slipping.
back into the earth and helps it regrows, too, no?
Oh yeah, yeah. Like we were talking earlier outside,
Exactly,
we're like,
exactly.
it's, you know, nature knows what it's doing.
Yeah,
You know
man.
what I mean?
You
And like
can't
you said,
fight
I
it.
like the fact that you said, yeah, you gotta grow enough to share with the, you know, with nature as well. You know, what it needs to give back, the animals that are gonna come and get them. You know, like
Exactly.
what you need, and then what you can actually share.
Yeah,
with them.
dude. As far as I'm concerned, the only indisputable laws are the laws of nature.
Yeah.
Everything else is just one man telling another man what to do for whatever reason, man. Like,
Kind of just idiocracy in a sense. But the
Yeah,
only
the
thing
laws
is,
of
they
nature.
arrest you for questioning what you believe in or for questioning one idea rather than to build upon an idea.
Well,
yeah, man.
they're even restricting people who are trying to be like self-sustained. Like they don't want to be a part of the government system. They want to
We were
grow.
just
We
talking
were
about
talking about that too. It's illegal to catch rainwater in some places. You
Yeah.
can't even catch the water off your roof and put it in a barrel and purify it for your own family. Like, it's illegal.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, man.
That's
It's
wild.
Stop it.
They're taking the natural resources away from us, and they're like, only we can use natural resources, and then we can sell it to you.
Exactly. Only we can do it, and then we're gonna put it in a bottle, and you're gonna pay for
That's
it.
why.
Yeah.
That's why. Like my theory is like that's why we have so many chemtrails. They're trying to eliminate from us from using our own, you know, vegetables and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Which,
man.
but I don't know. You know, like it's just a theory. But you know, you know,
It's gonna
like
turn into a conspiracy theory show.
Because I'm like, they can't patent a tangerine, you know. So they're like, well, how do we make money off it? Well, we gotta get rid- you know, we
Dude, some of these fruits and vegetables are genetically modified
Yeah,
so
those
that the
ones are
seeds
patented.
don't grow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, you can buy it, but if you plant the seed, it ain't gonna grow that fruit. It's gonna
I think-
grow
I
something
think-
else
I
or
think that's
nothing
what
at
happened.
all.
Because I think I took some seeds from a tomato and then they just didn't sprout. I'm like, that usually always sprouts for me because I
Dude.
put them in a napkin, you know, wet napkin,
Right,
put them in
right.
a baggie, let them germinate.
Germinate.
You know what I mean? Yes, sir. And then I put them in some soil, you know, and then they just didn't take this time. I'm like, okay, let me try it again. And it's a trip too, because the tomatoes you get at the market are like oval, and then when they grow, they're like round. You're like, what are they doing different? Why are they oval over there? You know
That's
what I
probably
mean? Like,
not even the real shape of tomatoes. Tomatoes are probably shaped differently. Those are just what we see in the grocery store. Like, they got us trained to believe that this is what tomatoes look like and
Well,
this is what they taste like.
I've seen an old photo of like supposedly like, oh, here's what an avocado looked like in the like this time, and it had like barely thin like any avocado meat in there. And then they're like, and now today it's got like this thick of meat in there.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
they're like,
those
what are
GMO avocados.
they, whatever they're doing to them to plump them up, you know, like
I don't know, man.
you know, it's all whatever, you know.
It's just so the hipsters can have their what is it?
Organic?
Toast and
Avocado
avocado.
toast. Avocado toast is fire.
Yep, can't hate on that, man.
Can't hate on it.
No.
But yeah, grow your own food, build your own ramps, kids.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Let's get into hobbies off the skateboard. What are you doing off the skateboard?
Just taking care of my kid right now.
Okay.
That's about it, man.
How old's your kid?
I got a 1-year-old.
1-year-old? Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I got a 1-year-old son, and he's wild. So.
Dude, I see plenty of pictures of him. It says
Yeah, he's taking over.
I had to scroll down to get to some skating.
Dude, seriously, like there hasn't been much skating to be filmed.
Well, you're a new dad, and that's got to be exciting, man.
Yeah, it is. Like I have a 24-year-old, so this is my second son. My second son, but yeah, it's been a while, so I forgot how tiring it is, and I'm a little bit older now,
True.
so it's like I feel like I'm wiser, but I'm a little bit more tired. Yeah, like the patience wears a little thin.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, so he's getting to the point where I could take him to the skate park and run him around. Like I took him to Harbor Park for the first time last week.
Cool.
So got him a little pad set, a little mini setup from CCS. So yeah, he loves it. So I'm dragging him to the park now.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I mean, get him used to the sounds and everything like that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. I put skate videos on just for like the ASMR.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny too because like when like people are clapping in the videos, he'll stop what he's doing and he like starts clapping. Like yeah, that's right.
He's like, I don't even know where he landed, but yeah, let's clap.
Yeah.
That's cool.
We went to to Harbor when we first got there. It's his first time to the park, so I didn't know how he was gonna be. So we just sit down. And he's just like watching day one skating, and he's like clapping, you know, like cheering. Like, yeah, that's right.
For day one, of course.
Sorry, Lou.
Oh, sorry, Louie.
Sorry, Lou. Yeah, dude. So that's pretty much where my hobbies are right now. Is just trying to keep my kid entertained. But yeah, before that, I mean, some artwork, some stencil artwork.
You're doing some grip, huh?
Yeah, I did grip before.
You did this as well, you said. The Louie action board.
Yeah, I did this one. This was a flip collab that we did in 2017. I did a guest pro model.
That's so amazing, dude.
On my barely legal
to have
brand.
your art on a board. And Louis Lopez, I mean, that...
Yeah, so this was a Damn Am photo from his Damn Am profile. And I did a stencil piece just like to gift to him. And years later, I was like, dude, let's do a board graphic from this thing, you know? Because I have the stencil just like floating around at the house with all my stuff. And I was like, dude, let's do something with it. And then at the time, his flip contract was up for renewal. So I was hitting up Jeremy Fox about doing the collab. Like, hey, is it, you know, like... I want to do this guest pro model. Is it cool, you know? Mm-hmm. At that point, he was like, whatever Louis wants. Okay. Whatever Louis wants. So then, of course, Louis was like, yeah, for sure, let's do it. So, yeah. So we
Did you get some royalties on that too? Or like any dollar board or something like that or anything? Or
no, I mean, it was all me. Like they didn't want anything. Like,
that's cool.
I produced it. Like, Jeremy just said, as long as you put the flip logo on it, then... we're good. Like, shoot the artwork, and it's cool.
Did they provide those skateboards or anything like
that?
No.
It was on me. It was on me. Like, I did everything. Like, I produced the boards and everything. Like, I just had to, you know, make sure that it was cool with them, you know, obviously.
That's right.
And, Louis didn't ask for anything, you know. He was like, dude, just do it. Like, you know, for the culture, for the hood. You know,
that's
for
amazing.
Hawthorne.
Shout out to Louis, dude.
Yeah, so that was rad.
They should. I wonder. I mean, was that the first time that they do something like that? Like, kind of outsource, like, or let you do like a graphic?
I don't know. Like, I don't know how the industry works.
You know, that's what I was.
Who knows? I don't know who's doing what or.
I'm gonna make some calls and.
Yeah, dude.
I'm gonna start making some graphics.
Why not?
You know.
So. Yeah.
But, that's rad, dude. That's so cool. And you said there was only like 100 of them or something?
Yeah, I only printed 100 of them, so like you guys got 9 out of the 10 that's left.
We got.
How did you get into like just making the wood or just picking the whole board distributions and stuff like that?
Dude, Hawthorne really. So like, in the early 2000s. I had a skate shop in Hawthorne, barely legal skateboards.
Okay.
And we had the shop for like a year, and after the shop closed, I still wanted to do something, you know? Like, trying to run a brick and mortar was too tough. So I was like, well, we'll just make it into a board brand. So then I just started doing BL boards. And at the time, Prime, the wood shop Prime, was in Hawthorne. So I was like, they're right here in Hawthorne. Like, I'm gonna just start getting boards made here. So that's what I did, just because it was convenient, you know. So I started making bare legal boards, getting them printed at Prime. But then they moved, so then I had to switch distributors, like the wood shop where I was getting them from. And then it was just a side project, you know? Like, I still did the 9 to 5 and whatever I was doing, but I just had that as just like a back burner project, which I still do, like, whatever. Like, you might see Barely Legal soft goods coming to 2025. Like, the website is still up and whatever. Like, I'll still
you said you said something about something got hacked, didn't something?
Oh, so the Instagram, I had like a BL Skates Instagram account for years and years, like with tons of clips on it. And I'm on vacation in Mexico, and I get some notification saying like something to do with my account. Right. So I'm trying to gain access to it. It's locking me out. I'm sending like whatever customer support, tech support messages, whatever, and the emails I'm getting back are in Russian. Oh shit! And I'm like, what? Like, what's going on? And then, you know how you can see like where your account is logged in from, and it said that my account was logged in from Russia. Wow! And then I couldn't get any access to it anymore, and then I just stopped trying to mess with it. So like,
were they contacting any of the people that like your
not
followers?
that I know of. Like, I didn't have anybody saying, "Yo, I got these Russian dudes hitting me up about whatever, or spam or whatever."
Not even just Russian. Somebody pretending it's you.
Yeah.
And asking, because that happened to a friend of mine where they were like, "Hey, I need some money. Can you give me like $200? I'll give you like $500 after I get paid on Friday." No. It's like some bullshit like that. I'm like. And the friend that's asking me on the Instagram, I go, they got money. They got more money than me. Why are they asking me for money? You know, like they're like they didn't know who to pick to ask for. You know, like hey, I need cash.
Yeah.
You know,
they're just casting a wide net. Like,
yeah.
Somebody's gonna.
And then I was like, I text them because I know them personally. I'm like, hey, what's going on? Why you need money for it? They're like, don't answer that.
Don't send it.
Yeah, everybody's calling me right now because they're hitting up everybody in their contacts.
Oh no! Yeah, so, I mean, not to my knowledge. I think it was just
they just took it, huh?
Yeah, I don't know what they did with it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So anyway, that was done.
Okay. But, did you start a new one, or you just kind of left it?
No, I just left it. Now Barely Legal gets flagged for all kinds of weirdness.
Yeah, maybe because of the name.
Yeah. I can't use the hashtag anymore.
But everybody's getting fooled. Like, they're like, "Oh, sick," and they're like, "That's not what I was looking for."
Exactly. Skateboarders. These guys are old.
Barely Legal. They're past this. Yeah, that's funny, man.
But yeah. So there's that. So like, I might screen some tees or something.
All right.
But yeah, as soon as my son gets a little bit older, I'll probably start doing more artwork again. Like, I got into doing stencil artwork initially because my oldest son, when he got to be school age and he would be sitting at the kitchen table doing homework, I wanted something to do so that I could sit at the table with him. Right. And so like at the time I was seeing a lot of stencil artists like Banksy, and I was like, that looks cool. I think I can do that. I had been doing stencils since I was like little, since like grip tape art was a thing in the 80s. Right. You know, like, my very first stencil that I ever cut was a Powell logo, the Powell Triple P logo. It was like a Thrasher ad. So I ripped the page out, cut it out, and spray painted it on my grip, and that was like.
And you thought of that on your own, right?
Yeah, like completely, 100%. I was
That's so dope.
Like, this is something that I could do, you know. And so from then, I would always like do stencils, And so then I started seeing these stencil artists doing multi-layered stencils and like really intricate images and, you know, shit like that. So I was like, I think I could do that. And so that's what I started doing. Like I started like messing around with stuff and and then it took off.
I was the same way with the stencils because I didn't. First of all, I didn't know where I can get a giant sticker made or like, you know, for like put on my like kicker or something, right? So like I would just make the stencils myself. I had Miss Circa, I had Zero, you know, like Plan B, like, and I would, you know, dude, it was rad. Like the flame for Black Label, like, dude, I had it all, man. Like it was so cool. One of my favorite ones to do all the time was the toy machine, the little devil dude.
Oh yeah,
it's like super easy, like bam.
And it's fun, dude. Like it's fun cutting stencils.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's
a cool hobby to have for sure.
Yeah.
You know.
I get stuck on it too when I get into it sometimes because I do stencils every now and then.
Yeah.
I think like the biggest layer setup I have is like 16.
Woo!
So yeah,
rad.
I never got into the layering.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. That's cool.
I mean, and that's like screen printing is kind of like the same way, you know. That the stencils kind of like led me to get interested into screen printing too. It was like, oh, it's the same process, you know? So I got like I haven't done multi-layered screen prints yet, but I have like a one color press, you know?
Yeah.
So like I do that kind of thing, like DIY, because I was paying somebody to make like BL Skates tees, and I was like, dude, I could do this myself. You know? Like, I could buy this on Amazon for like $200 and just like, you know, do whatever I want. So
I mean,
that's also
I'm almost thinking about that too, like just getting like, but then I'm like, okay, I gotta find the space for
exactly, and that's
you know
the thing. Like I had a dedicated space for all of these things, but then now that I have the kid, then all of that space now has been like storage or like boxes of diapers and toys and you know, like, so the workspace has been,
life is coming in.
Yes, you know? Exactly. It's been compromised by life.
It's all good.
But yeah, it is all good. So like it'll come back around.
It'll come back around, yeah, like you said, like, and then when your son gets a little bit older, you could show him stuff, and then he catches an interest in it, wants to do it too, or at least he can see things that you do, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I remember Dad does this." And, you know, it's just great memories to have, and then spending time with them too. Like you said, you and your other son were at the table together.
Yes, yeah, you know? And that's the thing. Like I tell my kids everything. Like my oldest son, like to a fault. Like he knows everything that I know. You know, probably stuff that you shouldn't even know. Like,
right.
but I mean, that's. For me, I feel like my responsibility.
The more knowledge he has, the better he can, make his way through this craziness. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and when people like, if I've ever been criticized for telling my kid too much, I'm like, dude, I wish my dad had told me too much. You know, because then it would put me in a better position.
Because we all say, imagine if I know what I know now, then.
Exactly.
And if you could give somebody that knowledge you have now, why not? You know?
Yes.
I mean, it might not all be good, but hey.
It is what it is, you know?
You know what I mean? But
it's
at the same time, every human makes mistakes, you know, and we learn from them. True. And if we could teach them not to make those big ones that we went through, you know what I mean?
And if you learned something valuable from a mistake, was it really a mistake? Because if you didn't do it, you wouldn't have learned the lesson that is probably going to prove beneficial to you in a bigger way further down the line. Like, I feel like you make these little mistakes so that you learn lessons early on that are less impactful than if you were to, like, because it's something bigger is coming down the line, you know? So you need this little lesson to prepare you for how to handle.
Mistakes are super important for you to learn.
Yes, I mean, all of the things, like, this is something else too. Like, at my age, I reflect on all the things that in the moment I thought were bad. But at this point, I'm like, there's really no bad, because if it weren't for this, then this wouldn't have happened. And then if it weren't for that, I wouldn't be here. You know, if this bad thing didn't happen, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you.
Right,
you know?
Right.
So for that, like, I appreciate
butterfly effect.
Exactly, right? The butterfly effect. I appreciate everything for what it is. You know, like, no matter how I may have felt about it in the moment, it's led me to where I am now. So I have to have appreciation for it.
And it says that's a universal principle of equality, because nothing good happens without a bad experience.
Exactly, and it all depends on your perspective. You know, like what looks bad to me from your point of view may be like good. You know, like whatever. You know, it may not benefit me, but it benefits you. And in another situation that maybe you're in a bummed out spot, but hey, look what it did for me though. You know, but I feel like it all balances out.
Yeah, because it's just like a rhythm thing. Like it might be low now, but eventually you'll go back up to that high point where you want to be.
Can't have the yin without the yang.
Exactly. You know, have to come down at some point to go back up and come down again and go back up. As long as you get that rhythm going, you'll understand how to neutralize from being bad. So when you're going back up again,
there always has to be balance. So whenever you feel like you're in a bad spot or the pendulum has swung too far to the left, just know that it has to come back right. Yeah. So if you're going through a bad spot now, it has to balance out the other way. So for as bad as you think things are, they're going to be equally as great at some point in the future, because it has to. It has to be.
We're getting Terrence Howard in this.
1 times 1 equals
what?
Yeah.
Because one times
big
one
words
means to what? Multiply.
Insert big words here.
What's crazy is I can relate to that whole thing how you're talking about the pendulum right now, because I'm going through a situation that a lot of people, in a way, would be like, damn, I'm bad. It's the worst of it. And because I had to have that mindset, I'm just like, all right, you know what? It's just like maybe a bump on the road. It happened for a reason.
Exactly.
It's probably stopping me from maybe something worse that could have happened.
Yes.
So now I just got to ride this wave. It's like skateboarding. I just got to ride this tough spot. And then eventually I'm going to get to
that little sweet spot.
You're gonna realize that this situation facilitated something else.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for this, this wouldn't have happened, and this is like worth whatever I'm going through now.
Yeah, or it's like I say, like life does it to me all the time, where I take 5 steps forward, then I jump back 10, but after I jump those 10 back down, I jump up another 20 because now I'm in a better spot. I open doors for myself. Exactly. It gave me opportunity for new things that I never thought I could do because I was scared, and because this situation put me out of my comfort zone now.
Yes.
I put myself in other positions that are better.
Yeah, and sometimes you just need to be put in a situation where you're like, oh shit, what am I going to do? And then once you get yourself out of it, you're like, oh damn, I handled that. Like, oh, I can do anything, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it empowers you. It makes you feel like, I'm ready for the next thing. Like, bring it on, whatever. And then when the next thing comes, you're like, this isn't as bad as what I just went through. Like, fuck that.
Or you could be like scared to take that next step, and then you realize it wasn't even nothing about it.
Yes.
I was tripping over nothing.
Or that scary feeling becomes familiar, you know, where you're like, I felt this before, and it worked out, you know? That's like skating, where you're like, every time you're going to try something new, you're scared, but you felt that scared before, and you know what it feels like to get over it and to accomplish it, and you know what the celebration feels like afterwards, and you know, you're like, that's what I'm looking for, you know?
That's what we're all chasing.
Exactly, chasing that dragon.
You're looking at that, you're waiting for that dope moment when you're at the bottom after you tried your trick from jumping your first time to the stairs, and your homies are just waiting there to high five you and celebrate.
Yes, like that energy it's you can't really describe it. You just have to live it. You have to be in that moment.
Yeah,
you know.
That's for sure. Some shit.
Even people walking by can feel it though, you know? Like when you got passes by where you get high fives from strangers, or people are just like, yo, what's going on over there? You know? Like they get residual hype.
That's cool when the energy transfers over to like the regular people on the street that are actually like witnessing and can appreciate the fact that maybe they watched you try this trick 5 times and saw you get broke off, and then all of a sudden they see you roll away and they're like, wow, dude, you stuck with it. You did it. Look at your friends are all hype. I'm hyped for you now because that was just amazing. Yeah. You know, and you pass that energy on to somebody that was normal. That I call them normal because they don't
normies.
Skate. You know what I mean? I just say it's nothing, you know. So, you know, just somebody that doesn't, you know, particularly skate. Maybe they had it in the past, but, you know, you pass that energy on and they take that with them. You know what I mean? So that's
dude, like at the CASL contest, I stress to these parents all the time that even if your kids don't stick with skateboarding, even if they don't go on to be pro skaters, even if they quit skating next year, next week, there are life lessons that are learned from skateboarding. Like the physical act of falling down and getting back up until you accomplish a goal is transferable to every other aspect of your life, because you're all throughout your life, you're going to be falling down and picking yourself back up. And that's just how it is, you know, like it's a metaphor for life. And like, I don't think people really get that, you know.
Right.
I was talking about my brother earlier, the one that's a vet. And we did a CASL podcast interview with him, just talking about that, talking about how growing up skateboarding prepares you for other aspects of your life, like once you're older, you know.
Because
like,
your brother is kind of the proof of that, right?
Exactly.
Because he stopped skating, and it comes from him saying, "Yeah, I use that as a tool in a way." You know, like it always like, hey, it's like I remember falling down as a kid. Like it just maybe you didn't fall at work. Something, you know, you made a mistake or something happened.
Yes, like
where you're like
have a difficult situation.
You just gotta get back. You know, tomorrow's gonna be here again. Where you can't stay too bummed on stuff. You know.
Exactly, and after
just that feeling of like getting used to overcoming your fears, because you have to face that every time you step on your skateboard.
Yeah, for
going
sure.
Down a 3-stair to going down a fucking 12-stair, hitting the handrail or just a regular flat bar. Just that feeling of overcoming what you're about to do, or even trying something new, to the aspects of doing different things, it translates all the same.
Exactly. And to me, I felt like duh. You know? But like my dad watched the interview and he was like, you know what? I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Never thought about that.
That's what I love about that. Like that your pops got to hear him talk about like that, and he was like, I didn't get it before, you know, or maybe, you know.
Yeah.
Or like just hearing it come from him was just like,
yeah. And
it's more empowering, you know.
For sure. And it's cool to have those moments where you feel like, oh dude, I was able to like point something out to my dad, you know, that he never thought about before.
In all honesty too, I've come to realize not a lot of people get used to that feeling of overcoming something like that, because they just shy away from it, or just get used to that comfortable spot to just stay right there, rather than overcoming that feeling itself and just going completely fucking new into fucking new lands, a new venture, or something you don't even know what you're doing. The great unknown, you could say.
Dude, like,
you'll be surprised of how much people don't even know what that feels like.
Think about how hard we fall, like the slams that we take. How many times does the average person take a slam like that? Like,
man,
like ever, you know, like once in a lifetime, several times, like only by some freak accident, you know, like by some accident, exactly, kind of shit. But we do it intentionally, knowing that that's gonna happen, you know, like.
See, but then again, we learn how to fall.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. You know, that's the first lesson.
The first one is just hitting the random pebble and just instantly.
Oh, that's the worst one.
I like a good example of that is I was at work one time and I watched this dude like literally just hit like a sprinkler and buckle his ankle, and he was like, ah, and I'm like,
the soccer player out.
Yeah, I'm like, if that were me right now, it would have just been, boop, I'm good.
Yeah, it's a hot pocket.
Yeah. And it's a trip watching the normies, how something like a fall like that affects them, and how it affects us. Or like, I'll be jumping off these big trucks at work, like these dump trucks, and they're looking like, aren't you scared to get hurt? I'm like, I've jumped down bigger things than this. I'm like, it's nothing. I know how to land. I know how to squat down. I know how to take impact.
A little quick duck and roll.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, man. That's everything, dude.
And plus, I got footprint insoles in my boots at work.
Skateboarders are built different.
Yeah.
Like mentally and physically.
Well, I've even looked at it one time like this. I was about to get into a fight with the normie, and I was like, dude, you're gonna lose this fight because I get punched by the concrete every day. So I think if I could take a beating from the concrete, think your punch is gonna stop me?
Right.
And then he just kind of like sat there and thought about it, and then like it kind of just de-escalated everything. And I was like, damn, I didn't think that was gonna work.
I didn't think that was gonna work.
Yeah.
I got out of that one.
Right, got out of that one. I was gonna catch a fade.
Yep. That's wild, dude. But man, the board, like I said, it teaches life lessons all the time, and I appreciate the fact that every skater that's been here, you know, we all have the same thing. You know, we all do the same thing. We all know that this thing does it. You know, has those effects on people, and it's just so amazing to us. You know, like I mean, it's hard to not talk about skateboarding like that. You know, it's just it's cool. You know, and it's a blessing to us, man.
It's our passion, right?
It's our passion. It's crazy.
It's what drives
It's crazy too how some people don't understand that about us, like the passion that we have for skateboarding, and then they're always trying to like, you need to stop. You're too old for that,
dude. Like
what do you mean? I'm too old.
There are a lot of people who don't even have hobbies, much less anything that they're passionate about.
Right.
You know, like.
That's true.
It's sad.
Yeah.
It's really sad.
It can be. I mean, yeah, like, because they're missing out on stuff, you know?
Yes. I mean, that's what it is. I really feel like skateboarding opened up a whole nother world for me. Like, it introduced me to so many different things and so many different people that I wouldn't have come across. I wouldn't have experienced. And, like, I'm so appreciative for that. Like, skateboarding introduced me to different cultures, different music, different neighborhoods, you know? Like, it was everything.
Different walks of life, man.
Dude,
like,
yes. You know, like, and if it wasn't for that, I can't.
And you get to travel, too, for CASL,
dude,
right?
yes,
So,
for sure. Hey, it's everything.
That's amazing. Man, dude, and the fact that, like, we do the show, too, like, and we get to meet bunch of cool ass people like you, man.
You guys are doing a great thing.
Thank you, man. And then we've had a guest on the show one time where their parents saw the show. It was the same thing. Like you were like, I never thought my son felt like that. You know, we're like, that's crazy. So yeah, shout out to skateboarding, dude. And man, you guys got any questions for him?
Rob?
What's up, Rob?
Just over here chilling.
That's what's up. Hey, thank you for introducing me to this
dude,
guys.
no problem, dude. There's so much history in Hawthorne that people don't even know about, that you wouldn't even expect to hear, but
and it's
who
cool.
better to tell it than one of the fucking from one generation to the other generation?
Yeah.
You see the gaps in between.
What's cool is Rod's been telling me too for a while, because we've been hanging out a lot lately, and he's like, dude, you gotta get this dude from Hawthorne. He's involved with this, and this. I'm like, I'm almost just like, let's do it. Let's get him. Rod
requested
Barrel
you, so
Legal
shout
has
out.
so much history. Growing up, so many people came from the CASLs. When I was growing up in skating, Barrel Legal was still a thing for me, even though it was kind of low-key, soft-spokenly said, but those people, whenever someone would pull up to the park that was from Barrel Legal back then, it's like, oh shit, dude.
Yeah.
This dude rips. Everyone just sits down and watch him skate like, damn, yo.
I love that.
It's insane.
It's all skateboarding. It's all for the love. It's always been me just trying to put together just a cool squad of people that I like hanging out with to do more cool stuff, you know? Like, let's have some fun. Let's try to make a living at this, you know? Like, I don't want to have to do something I don't like and then have to try to make time to do the things that I do like and I'm gonna be sacrificing whatever.
Right.
Like, no.
Could be family time you're sacrificing.
Yes,
too.
exactly. So, like, I always stress to my friends and my family, like, find the things that you're passionate about doing and then figure out the business side of it, you know, so that you can spend all your time in that, doing that. You know,
try not to, but you know, some people, if like they have a passion and it becomes work to them, then you know there's that part too.
I mean, it happens in skateboarding too, where people are like full on into it and then they're not around anymore and they just get burnt out for whatever reason. You know, I mean, that's a personal thing.
And of course, it's well known that you're not going to make $1 million in the skate industry.
Oh no, it's not lucrative. It's not lucrative at all.
But the passion and the love is all there.
Yes, it has to. I mean, it pays your soul.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I like the way that sounds. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I mean that's and the experiences that you have and the connections that you make, I feel like those are invaluable.
That's
like,
true.
You could make all the money in the world, but if your soul is empty, if you don't have any like life experience, if you don't have anything that fills you up as a person, then like
and love,
yes,
yeah.
like money has no love.
Hell nah.
It's what you do with it, you know.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
amazing.
dude, skateboarding.
Hell yeah.
Drink to skateboarding.
Anything else, guys?
Do you remember the old Barely Legal team?
Oh, I was afraid you were gonna ask me that. Dude, there have been so many people. Like there have been multiple iterations. You know, like so. I don't want to disrespect anybody by not giving them props. Like
just
you
shout
guys,
out everybody.
You guys know who you are.
Yeah.
The BL Mob knows who they are. Like yeah, we're a big family. Like, BL Mob for life.
Barely Legal. I mean, I like the name for sure,
dude. So the reason Barely Legal came originally, I wanted the project to be called Woodworks because I was building ramps at the time. Like I'm building ramps, I'm making boards, and I just thought it was cool.
Yeah.
But my dad was like, this is a long time ago. Right. He was like, when people look in the yellow pages for skateboard shops, they list everything alphabetically. So you don't want a business name that's going to come at the end of the alphabet. So I started thinking of like A, B, C, like names, you know?
Okay.
And something that related to skateboarding. And I thought Barely Legal because skateboarding is barely legal. Like, and we were having this conversation. We were coming back from the ASR trade show. Myself, my dad, my brother who's a vet, Aubrey, and Chris Schaefer, the other kid that I was talking about. There was like some best trick contest at ASR in San Diego that we went to. So we're coming back and we're thinking about like doing a shop. Mm-hmm. So we're just like spitballing names. And so yeah, my dad was like, yeah, it has to be something that comes at the beginning of the alphabet. So I was like, Barely Legal. And then of course, like when they're laughing, my dad was like, whatever. So that it just stuck. Like we just ran with it. Barely Legal skateboarding, and and that's what it's been. But more recently, you know, it's been like the hashtags. It's been weird, whatever. So BL, we just shorten it.
You're right. I could understand why, but you know.
I mean, yeah, it's a weird time, you know.
Yeah,
it's a weird time.
It's a weird time, but it is legal. It's just barely.
I mean, my thing is like. You can still get skate tickets. So, you know, like, as long as you can still get a skate ticket, as long as there's still, like, no skateboarding signs posted where you can't skate down the sidewalk, where you can ride a bike or you can roller skate. Mm-hmm. Although now they lump it all together. Right. It's all one big sign with all of them on there. But, yeah, I mean, that's how that happened. It wasn't.
They're going to get, pretty soon they're going to be so mean, they're going to put wheelchairs on there, too, one day. They'll be like,
yeah.
No wheels.
I could see it happening because those wheelchair dudes are doing some crazy stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, dude, they're doing flips and stuff. Dude, the wheelchairs are in the skate park now.
Yes. I see them at the Etnies Park, you know.
Yeah, what is it called? It's not progressive. They call it adaptive.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
There's some word for it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. After seeing all those dudes that skate like that, I'm just like, I don't think I have any reasonable excuse to not be able to skate.
No excuse. What, you don't got legs? Come on, bro. No excuse.
I just met this dude the other day. His name's Coco the Blind Thrasher. Dude is nuts.
Shout out Coco, man.
Yeah, I met him and I went skating with them. And
he skated my mini ramp in the backyard.
And then he was olling off a 3-stair. Like, I'm like, dude, to just be like setting yourself up, not ever knowing what the world was like, you know, being blind always. And you're over here just like, all right, I feel this 3-star. I know it's in front of me. But I don't know how long the drop's going to feel, and I'm just hoping I land on top of the board.
He tests it with his stick, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I mean...
He got sonar.
You know? He's got sonar.
He clicked at it.
You know? But I mean, I thought it was amazing because I didn't really see when he was getting on the ramp, and I was like a little nervous.
He's like, I don't want to watch.
No, I'd be like, do I need him to sign a waiver? No, but you know what I mean? Like, no, he made it, man. I was like hyped on it though. I was like, he was stoked. They were all stoked for him, and all he went up, dropped in. Did a what did it rock to
fakie?
Oh, rock to fakie, and just came back in, and he was good. I was like, that was amazing.
We had this CASL thing that we did at the barracks, at the last barracks before they shut it down. There's a group called Poseidon, I want to say.
Yeah, the girl one.
Right, they do girls and also that adaptive, progressive, whatever it is and they had an event there, and it was just like girls, but then also all types of people that not different,
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and it was crazy, dude. Like
good
no
turnout.
excuses.
No
Yeah,
excuses.
good turnout,
Yeah.
but no excuses, dude. How many legs you got? You have
Yeah,
no
how many
excuses,
legs?
bro. Like,
You got legs, you got 2 arms.
exactly, arms. Like, dude, it was crazy.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Anything else, guys?
What's the craziest thing you see go down in the sesh?
Ooh. Craziest thing? I mean, when you say that, the only thing that comes to mind are injuries, and I don't want.
not like that.
I don't want to. I know, not like that. That's all I can think of when you say crazy stuff. I mean, obviously, I've seen a lot of crazy.
When you judge, like, do you remember the highest score you wanted to give somebody?
The highest, like, I've wanted to throw the book at people, like, off the charts already. I mean, like, we've had so many good skaters that come through CASL. I mean, just the time that I've been there, like, I've seen, like, Baby P-Rod skating, like, all of the Colin Provost, Justin Figueroa, Shackler. I've seen Baby Shackler skating. He skated in the same group as me when I skated CASL, like that factory sponsored group.
That's so cool.
Justin Eldridge, he was like the first dude nollying into hubba tricks, like nollie nose slide. He's like the first person I can remember at the CASL contest nollie nose sliding into stuff, nollie flipping into tricks. I mean, so many, many sick skaters, like Furby.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, like a lot.
What's the craziest thing you seen Furby do?
The same stuff you seen him do.
Go check it out. It's all posted.
Switch heel into something big.
Yeah.
But Louis Lopez, Curran Caples, like all of those dudes, I had the privilege of witnessing all of those kids that come up, Ryan Reyes, Boo Johnson, like all of those kids. Nigel Houston. Nigel and his brother, like skating CASL. I remember
his brother's actually really good at skating,
You never hear about his brother. I didn't hear about him.
Yeah, I don't think he skates. Boo Johnson has a little brother he doesn't skate now, but Isaiah skated better than Boo. Isaiah was a better skater than Boo.
Oh, Boo, we still want you on the show.
Yeah, Boo Johnson.
I know, he's cool as hell.
Yeah, Boo's the homie.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, so many epic skateboarders that came through, and even now, like, right now, there's some rippers right now, like, and they get younger and younger.
Man.
Okay.
Younger and younger every year, and like once these little kids see what can be done on the skateboard, it's just in their mind to do it.
Right.
Like
they're like, I have to do that. That's
exactly.
What I see.
This is what they're doing. So like these kids are just on it.
Mm-hmm. And getting more and more, like, how do you say, like they're not missing a trick anymore. What do you call it? Consistent, yeah.
Yes. I mean, and that's something that contest skating makes you consistent.
Yeah.
You have to be.
Yeah.
And that's another thing too, like the progression that you see, like these kids. We have a lot of kids that come into the contest that just started skating. The parents are just looking for something to get the kids into. It's not, it used to be where it's like, you're at a certain level, so now you're ready to start skating these contests, right? But it's not like that anymore. Now it's like you got these parents who their kid pushes around in the driveway and they're looking for something to get him into, and they're like, well, he's skating, so let's put him in this skate contest. It's either that or
they're not ready yet.
Yeah. And they're not ready. I mean,
okay.
it's
I mean, who's ever ready? But at the same time, you said like there was a level you should get to first.
Well, I'm not saying that it has to be that way. It used to be that way, but now, I mean, it's fine.
Right.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it.
Right.
It's fine. You got the parents that are just,
as long as they're all like competing against the same, I guess.
But the kids pick it up. Like the point that I was getting to is that the kids pick it up, and by the next year they're ripping.
It's kind of turning into like
you throw them into the fire,
like a soccer AYSO. You know, you put them in the introductory they introduce them and then they fall in love with it. They go all during the off season training. Then next season when they come in, they're like, "Whoa, this kid just leveled up."
Exactly. Like you remember when they could barely roll into the bank or they could barely drop in, and then they're doing 540s. You know,
yeah,
yeah,
that's amazing.
Like that. Yeah. So there's that, and that's another driving force. That's another motivation because there's just something special about witnessing that. You know, like
anything coming up in the future.
As far as CASL, we have our nationals event that's coming up in January. Later on today, we have end of the year party for the Southern California CASL, but nationals is all of the divisions, all the ASLs. So we have all the ASLs. So we have CASL which is the Southern California, and then we have NorCASL. And then we have the Utah League, which is UASL. And then
that's amazing.
We have Colorado, which is COASL. Virginia's VASL.
Damn.
And then we have the Video League.
That's crazy.
We're working on a whole family of assholes. Like we're just, and that's what it is.
I wonder if they thought of that name and just like, this is going to be comedy.
Yes,
it's going to be able to be
talking
professional
about it. So it's
you see it on paper, it probably looks proper.
Dude,
and you say it out loud.
You're laughing. And the Utah families, it's a lot of Mormons in Utah, you know, but they love the UASL, dude. Like they think it's hilarious.
That's amazing.
Dude, it's fun.
Shirts would sell galore. I would
they do. The kids rock them.
Dang, man.
But yeah, dude,
soda.
I'm glad that we were able to keep this going, because I mean there was a time where like CASL was gonna die, you know, because the lady who was running it, Sonia, rest in peace. She had been running it since it started, like since the mid '80s. Like she started it with Tony Hawk's dad and Gene Hoffman, who owned the Upland Pipeline Skate Park, and they were just supportive parents. Like they had kids that skated, like Tony obviously, and then Sonia had her son Jason that were just like amateur skateboarders. So they started CASL for their kids. Too. And then Tony turned pro, Jason turned pro, and then Frank, Tony's dad, started doing the pro division because his kid turned pro.
Right.
And then Sonia just kept doing the amateur, and that's still going. But so she was getting sick, and she wasn't tech savvy. Everything was on paper, and she ran it like the 80s up until the end, you know? And we always wanted to update it. We wanted to do it digital. Like we wanted, you know, to do what we wanted to do. But she wasn't really interested. And so it was hard to get her.
Progress.
To progress. Right. Yeah, to progress. And like once she passed, then we were like, all right, let's go. Let's run it. So it's growing.
That's cool.
Growing. Like we got kids. What really changed the landscape for us was the video contest, because when COVID came in 2020, we weren't able to do live events anymore. So we were like, what are we gonna do? So then I was like, well, let's do a video contest. Let's just have the kids film, because everything was closed.
Right.
So the kids are out there in the streets like getting clips. So we just put it out like, yo, this is what we're gonna do. Like COVID, you guys are out here skating, all the schoolyards, all the business districts, whatever. We're going to do a video contest. Like, put together 1 minute and send it in, and we'll do a live video show. So we did it via Zoom, played the videos and whatever. And so now, like, we're still doing that. Even after we're doing live events, we're still doing the video contest. But we have kids from all over the country, even the world, like Japan, Europe, Asia, sending in videos. We ain't sending them trophies because it costs too much to ship a trophy. You don't have to give us a U.S. address or come visit. But they have, like, kids have been coming from out of the country, out of the state, just to come to the live events because they skated, because they were onto the video contest. They submitted videos, but they're like, let's go.
Can you guys get to all the videos to watch them all?
Yeah, we do. I mean, sometimes the show is like 2 hours, but I mean, we do it, you know? And it's live. Yeah. It's live, so we have all the families watching, and it's cool, dude.
And you kind of said CASL does a podcast as well. Do you do that?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, me and my partner, Rob.
Okay.
Yeah, we do it. I mean, we haven't done any interviews.
Where do we find that on the CASL?
At the CASL YouTube. Yeah. Okay. CASL YouTube. CASL. Check it out. Yeah, we have a few interviews. Louis was our first interview that we did during COVID, so it's via Zoom. Louis and his dad. Little Lou and Big Lou. Yeah, we got Big Lou on there talking about CASL days, and it was at the time when Louis was like on the Olympic teams. We're like, yo, what's going on with the Olympics? Blah, 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 you know. We've had Boo Johnson on. We had Kevin White on. Dave Duncan. We had DeVille, Paulo TM on.
Sick.
All the low-hanging fruit, all the homies. We try to get like some other heads, but people are busy, you know.
You guys plan on keeping up with it? Right?
Oh yeah, definitely. We're gonna try to hit it harder next year. Try to pin some guests down, but you already know how it is trying to put guests and trying to get people to show up. Even if, you know, like, you get people to verbally commit, to try to get them to actually show up. It's completely different. You know, then you deal with
people's schedules.
Pro skaters.
Yeah, their schedules got to be different.
Yeah.
You know, our most local skaters, you know, have 9 to 5 jobs, so the weekends are sometimes free.
Yeah.
And the ones that, you know, usually they go, I got to figure out what I got to do with the family.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah. Can I bring the fam?
Yeah. You know,
babysitter.
You know. Yeah, we've had a baby in the studio before.
That'd be cool.
That was cool. So
yeah,
dude, it's amazing, man. It's amazing, dude. What you're doing for everything, for skateboarding.
Yeah. It's a labor of love. I mean, like we said, it's not lucrative, but
it really is.
It fills your soul.
It's mainly DIY.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the way to do it. I mean, you have to. It has to be DIY.
So it just pays the soul, right?
Yeah, man. Pays your soul.
All right.
So I had a question. When it comes to judging contests, like, what's the skater judged on? Because I always wondered that, you know, watching Street League and other contests, I'm like...
I mean... For us, for CASL, I can't speak to any other like contest, but for CASL, the scoring is pretty much like 1 point per trick. We all skate, so we know like what a basic trick is and what like is a
just a straight hammer.
Type. Yes, what's a hammer. So based on that, like a basic trick would be like 1 point, and then we build on that. Like if depending on where they did it or how fast or how big they did it, and at the end of their run, if they did their run flawlessly, or you know,
the
so
consistency
like, but the consistency, yeah. So for the most part, I would say it's 1 point per trick, and then at the end of the run, there's room for the judges to add on their personal feelings about it. Like, yo, that kid ripped. He skated super fast. I'm gonna give him an extra couple points because I was really impressed by it.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So for us, we try to keep it pretty simple, and so that the parents can understand, and so that the skaters can understand, because they're kids. So
that makes sense.
So we try to keep it simple. And for now we do silent judging. Like before, we used to actually flip cards and everything was like up front, so that the parents could like keep track and whatever. Because a lot of the contest series, like I think it's popularity, you know, like sometimes. I'm not going to say all the time, but a lot of times, you know. So we try to keep it as transparent as possible. But now we use the Border AMS digital scoring system. So I don't have to read scores. It's all silent. It's all silent. It goes faster.
So it just comes up like on a screen?
Yeah. So like for us, the parents don't see it. We don't have like any displays for the parents to see it at the contest. If they're, I think if you go onto the Border app, they can watch the scoring in real time. Like we don't have anything, but if they go onto the Border thing, so I have a little tablet that has all of my information. It has all of the kids' names and their sponsors and whatnot. And then all of the judges just use their phones, and they have an app where it's just like a little slider bar, and it's all like super easy. And it all updates in real time. That's cool. So yeah, it's super cool. But that's one of the things that I had been trying to get Sonia to adapt, and I had plenty of conversations with the dudes at the Border about using their app, and they charge people for it. Zoomies uses it. But they charge for it. But they were like, you guys can have it for free. You know, we'll school you on it, whatever. And then all the CASL skaters get Border points with whatever their system is in their contest. Like they're plugged into that, and like there's a whole thing.
That's cool.
But yeah, so that's how that goes. Like for us, anyway. We get that all the time. The parents are like, what are they doing? Like, what are they?
Why did he get that and this going?
And we get that all the time, you know, because the parents know how hard the kids are working, and then when they see the kids like do what they do, and the parents feel like, they should have won.
Yeah, of course.
They're like, well, the next kid worked just as hard, you know, and like their parents see them from their perspective, and they feel like they should have won, you know, like. So it's always, and I that's another thing that I stress too, like it's all subjective, kids. Like don't hold too much weight. And a lot of the announcements that I make, I say it's for the kids, but it's really for the parents.
Right.
Like don't take it too seriously, you know?
Yeah.
Like, the whole point of it is the social aspect, the camaraderie. You're here to make friends, lifelong friends. Like I have friends that will be my friends till I die that I met through CASL, you know?
Yes.
And like that's what it's about. It's about spending time with other skaters, about being social and engaging, and that like the scores don't matter. The trophies don't matter. That's just an excuse for us to be here. You know? Like that's what brings us here. It's a competition, but the competition is the least thing that we're focused on, you know? And it's heartwarming to see the kids like cheer each other on.
Yes.
Like the good kids, the kids that are super good are like hyping up the kids that are not that good, you know? And everybody's helping everybody out, and nobody's tripping. Like nobody's tripping. If anything, it's the parents that are like, you know, that are like, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But the kids are clueless. The kids don't care. They're just running around, chasing each other. They're just playing. They're skating. You know? They're just being kids.
Yeah.
So
I mean, parents are always flipping out at every sporting event. Every sporting event.
I get it though, like because the parents are paying money, you know, like it's not cheap to be driving the kids out. A lot of times they have to spend the night. They're bringing the kids out for practice before, you know, like it's an investment in time and money. So I get it, you know, but like just
is there a money prize like or just a trophy?
No, there's no money because it's amateur, so we can't give them money. So
I'm just
like
curious.
we give them products.
Product is cool.
Yeah, it's
product is cool, man.
Yeah, we give them like the winners get a board. We try to hook them up. The
Stoke is still just as good, man. I mean, then bragging rights too, man.
Dude, yeah, these kids get so hyped on the trophies.
Yes,
and then it also helps them to make a name for themselves to get into the actual industry too.
Yeah, most definitely. Like, if you're like, DeVille from Powell comes out to the contest. Like cherry picks all the good kids out of the contest to throw on the Powell team, you know. Like other people come through, you know, and that's another thing that's good. You don't have to be like placing first all the time. Right. Just the fact that they see
somebody, they go, "Hey kid, where are you getting your boards at?" All right,
exactly.
Let's hook you up.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah,
anything.
And most of the kids that skate the CASL contests are getting hooked up. Like if they're not getting hooked up when they show up, shortly after, like, people are hooking them up, you know? Like, kids are cute, you know? So they're marketable.
Bam.
Yeah, so even if you don't
got
have
a lot
to
of
be
friends
ripping.
that they can, market their product to, and
Dude, yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, they don't have to be ripping. Like, they just have to be out there, you know? Like, so.
Yeah. They just have to be a walking billboard.
Seriously! I mean, that's how it is.
Didn't we just watch a bunch of videos on product placement?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
All right.
That's
Well,
where we living.
we're almost done here. Let's get a crazy question from the bowl here.
Crazy
See what we-
question from the board.
See what we got left in there.
All right.
See what that one says.
If you could have any skateboard in your collection,
Skated or
skated or wanted, what?
yeah, like if you ever want, like, is there a board that you ever had in the past? Like, say your first skateboard, the Hawthorne, would you want that as a collectible?
Oh, got you.
Or like maybe you skated it and you want that board, or maybe there was a board out there that you never got and you wanted.
Ooh, so that Tony Hawk board, I would like that. It's the same graphic that's like the Duran.
Okay.
Like that one. Yeah, like that one.
Yeah.
That same background.
Yeah.
Is that board. If I could have that board, yes, that would be rad. But I would love to have a Nodis Santa Monica Airlines board.
Okay.
That would probably be the one that I would be like, yeah, I'd be hyped
That's
on
so
that.
sick.
Yeah, that one. Nodis SMA. Any of those SMA boards.
I
Even
used to
like
have a Jay Adams SMA
Morocco.
board.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
But some dude broke into my car when I was skating that Mount Baldy pipe. Right, who I was with, but we were skating it, right? And we went to the other side to the ditch. It was like probably 30 minutes or so. Came back. So there's a big ass hole in my car. My board's missing. I'm like, damn, dude. Of all things to take, take a board.
I know.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, damn.
That's all good. It's all. I mean, not for you that.
Yeah.
I mean, but
Fuck.
maybe that board is getting ripped still.
I mean, that's what
I
I
hope
think
so.
too. Like, that's what you hope for, right? Like,
Yeah.
if somebody took something, you're like, well, I hope it's being used in
Yeah.
the proper way. Like, if they needed it that bad,
Yeah,
you know?
dude, like one time I had just a collection of just old decks, like a stack of them, and I was moving, so I just put them out on the curb with like a sign that said free, like, and I posted it on my Instagram, thinking like kids would just come and pick a board. Fool, why a car just pull up and take
Just
the whole stack? Just took the whole stack, and I'm like, that's not really what I had in mind, but hopefully those boards will get out to somebody. Like, hopefully somebody's very first board is in that stack,
right?
and some kid is gonna start skating because of it, and they're gonna have a story.
That's like those
those
people that try to think they could leave a bowl of candy out on Halloween and says,
Just take one.
Just
Like,
take one.
stop it.
Who do you think that's it?
Right.
Come on now. You're trusting too much.
yeah, too
Yeah.
much hope, too much faith.
Dude,
Yeah. Same thing happened to me with lemons. I put lemons out in the front, and the lady across the street said, "Can I take them all?" Well, yeah, I guess.
Sure.
Go ahead.
One time, I think this dude named Lucas from Pal brought a bunch of old stuff he had to the park. He's all, it's all used up, but I'm gonna pass it on to someone else to use. He just left it there. And I literally watched this one dude just come up and I'm like, how many sets of wheels do you need? Your board doesn't even skate.
You don't even skate. Your wheels are brand new.
Yeah. And then I'm watching them take boards and everything. I'm like, dude,
What are you gonna
leave
do?
it for someone who does
Sick.
need it, or like a little kid.
Yeah, man. Some people.
Some people.
Like even yesterday, I left the board at T Street because I mean it was cracked on the thing. I was like, dude, if a little kid gets their hands on this, it's gonna get a good lifespan out of it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm a heavier
I
set,
skated
dude.
that spot for the first time not that long ago.
We actually skated yesterday for the first time. I was like, Jesus Christ, man. These people are on to something
Place
here.
is gnarly.
That pool.
Dude, that
is
pool is-
That
gnarly.
pool in the bag, dude. I tried to take some runs in it.
Gnarly,
Woo!
It looks
took me
gnarly.
like a whole day just to get used to how to ride it.
Yes, yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude, I saw that this dude I know named Nick. He transferred out of that into the ditch, and I was like,
Shut up. Wow.
and then when I get there, I saw it in person. I'm like, where'd you find the speed of the line?
Like, how do you even, like, Jesus Christ?
Some people just know how to air out, man.
Yeah.
Because where that dip goes down, it's not even like it really shoots you in to go all the way up like that. You really got to haul up just to get up there.
I mean, that bowl looks more decorative than anything.
Yeah,
yeah, it's a cool art piece. I don't know if you're really supposed to skate it.
Right.
I don't know. The locals, they found the lines.
Dude, yeah,
they
I know.
really did, yeah.
That hip is like, that thing is gnarly.
No, I mean, dude.
That whole place is gnarly.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's built wrong, no matter what, somebody will find a way to skate it.
Nah,
Like,
I mean, the interesting part is just to try to find the lines that the people who built it saw, you know?
Yeah.
Like, when they built this, what were they looking at? Like,
right.
how do you navigate this
Like,
space?
we
You
go
know?
right here, you build
Yeah.
a dip right here,
Yeah.
somehow go back to this wall, then
Right?
launch
Like,
off over
what do you
here.
do on that thing?
Yeah.
Like this little curve and shoot you back around if you want.
What are you doing on that volcano thing right there? Like, yeah, I don't know. But DIY is like, there's a lot of dudes that are doing DIY shit.
Yeah.
That's super rad.
It is cool.
A lot of DIY spots popping up.
All right, everybody. All right, we're getting down to the end of this. Do you have any shout outs before we get out of here? Oh, you know what? I do want to thank you for bringing in this, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you did that little stencil for us, man. That's amazing.
For sure. Thank you, man. Appreciate you guys' hospitality. You guys have been fun. Had a great time.
Yeah, it's amazing. Dude, everything you do for skateboarding on and off the board, dude, is so cool.
Thank you.
Dude, it's amazing.
It's a labor of love.
Yeah.
It's a passion project forever.
Alrighty. Shout outs?
Man, just everybody who supported me in anything I've ever done and anything in life. Shout out my son, shout out my wife, shout out the family, shout out DeVille Nunez and Rob Washburn. Shout out the CASL crew. Shout out you guys.
Thank you.
And shout out Sonia. We love you, Rip.
Shout out, man. All right, Raheem, you have any shout outs?
Shout out to my boy Fishhead and the Bible crew, you know. Weaponized. Heard they're playing the show on January 11th, I believe.
Okay.
With Taco Punks.
Say
Taco Punks. Shout out to them.
Shout out to Burlife. Shout out to homie Andre. Fucking writing movies and shit. Pretty cool.
Yeah, and shout out to you for coming down and filling in for Listo today, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure, man. Appreciate that. And everybody, go check out his episode if you haven't seen it yet. You got 2 of them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peralta?
Shout out to everyone watching the podcast. Thank you for supporting and listening to everyone's story, because everyone on the board's got a story to tell.
Man.
Yeah.
Shout out to the whole Off to Lunch squad. I almost decapitated half of them yesterday with the drone, so that was a good clip. Shout out to skateboarding, man.
Yes.
That's cool, man. Man, I want to thank you again for coming down.
Dude.
Been amazing.
Thank you for having me.
Well, you're always welcome back if you want to come back and hang out with us again.
For sure.
There's people, like you said, Raheem's came here. This is his second time that he's done a show twice. But he's filling in for Listo today, so shout out to that. And shout out to Listo out there, man. He had to work today, so. Yeah. It's that time of season where he's going to be busy. So we may not see him, too much in the studio. But, shout out to him out there doing his thing. And shout out to Peralta for holding it down on the 1s and 2s today.
Yeah.
I got to thank everybody, of course, for tuning in, watching, liking, subscribing to our channel. Dude, it means everything to us. So shout out Skateboarding. We're still looking for that music so we can replace our song. Well, not really replace, but we really want somebody to try to replay the song we have. You know what I mean? So we can use it because we're getting copyrights. So if you do have some music, please send it to @wherthelocalsk8@gmail.com. And you can follow us on the Instagram at @wherthelocalsk8 as well. That's SK8, the number. And I'm OG Skate Show. Till next time. Peace out.